Hey, g'day, welcome back. Firstly, I know you can just barely see me. That might be a good thing to most, but yeah, sorry about being in the dark. I'm currently in my home theatre room, and halfway through listening to Deep Purple, made in Japan, the Stephen Wilson 2025 remix in Dolby Atmos. So I'm pretty keen to get back into the second half as soon as I can. But I just thought I'd yeah, just share the first four tracks with you and what I've experienced so far, which is pretty incredible. Been waiting for this to come out for a long time. They released Highway Star a while ago, and then they released Strange Kind of Woman. And then it was just an agonising wait till the whole thing got released on Apple Music. This is also available as a Blu-ray disc, which some say, and I definitely would agree with them, that that would sound even better than this. But this is pretty awesome. If that's the case, then the Blu-ray will be yeah, pretty special. But regardless, this one I've listened to. Yeah, it's hard to find a better word than awesome, isn't it? But this is surely awesome. Just from the start, Highway Star, as soon as that cranks in, bang, off she goes. Richie Blackmore, he's probably one of the only instruments that's really locked into a speaker. He's really locked into the front left. You really do feel like you're sitting or standing. You wouldn't be sitting in a Deep Purple concert. You'd be definitely standing, and you'd be just standing just to the front, to the left here, and his big Marshall stack or whatever amps he uses, it would just be blasting straight in your face. And that's exactly what it feels like. But every note is just so clear. You can feel him just picking on each individual string and hitting those majestic chords, and just unbelievable. And then we have Child in Time. Of course, that brings it down a bit. That's a big showcase for Ian Gillian's vocals, and he does really scream and wail on this one. Makes good use of your center speaker, or comes both on the both front left and front right. And then we have Smoke on the Water, which I know, we've all heard 1,000 times, and sick to death of it, sick to death of the riff. But this just takes it to a whole nother level. This just absolutely cranks when when this guitar riff comes in. You just know you just can almost touch him. Actually, you feel like he's standing right in front of you. That's how incredible this sounds. Then we have the Mule, which is pretty much a drum solo, which it goes for nearly 9.5 minutes. But yeah, most of it's taken up by a drum solo, which you think, sometimes can be a bit ho-hum, but this, not this one, especially in mixed how this is. Dead set feels like there's a set of drums in front of you. Every bass kicks you in the guts, and then all the fine little nuances of the cymbals, just shimmery stuff, and then, just unbelievable. This one I just felt the need. I just had to crank it up. Normally I've got me Integra AVR set on about 50 level for 2-channel music, and that's pretty loud. Then for Dolby Atmos, I'll crank it up to about 60. But this, I thought, no, I'm going to crank it up to 70. And normally it gets a bit harsh or fatiguing, but no, this was just at that level, just crystal clear. This is the closest thing I've ever felt to being at a concert, but with a concert with awesome audio. Normally, even at a concert, you've hurt your ears at a high level, but this was just absolutely superb. So I'm going to listen to the next couple of tracks, or probably more than a couple, probably another. I'll scroll down and look. So I'm up to Strange Kind of Woman, then down to Space Truckin'. So another 3 tracks, but as you can see, the length of them, it's going to be pretty special stuff. So I'll come back in a sec. Hey, there you go. Here I'm back with the lights on, because I've just finished listening to the rest of Made in Japan by Deep Purple. So of course it's just as awesome as the rest of it. Sorry about using that word again, but it's just the only word I've got to describe this. Is awesome. Kicked off with Strange Kind of Woman. Now this was previously released on the Apple Music before the official full-length release. So I did experience this a few times before just then, and it's just as awesome as it was, of course. Nothing's changed, of course. That's pretty obvious. But this is a track, if you want to demo something from this. It's a pretty hard thing to give a demo of, because you pretty much have to play the whole thing from start to finish, because it's just little passages in each song which just stand out, and it's pretty hard to pick them out. But this definitely is a great example of what it would sound like if someone just pulled an amp into your lounge room, plugged a guitar in, and somehow morphed Richie Blackmore into your house and started playing. You just hear no studio effects, nothing, just bang, just guitar, straight into an amp, play. That's how awesome this sounds. Then we get the Lazy, which is what a tour de force this is. This is where definitely one for the keyboard to shine. Now this is one track where you don't really pinpoint the keyboard to a specific speaker. It is more from the front right, because that's where they are on stage. But this one does swirl around the room a lot. There's no point saying, it's in that speaker. That speaker that's just, if it's mixed properly, which this is, you can't really exactly pinpoint unless you put your ear right up to it, which is, no point doing that. You just want to experience that whole spatial, that's what they call it, spatial audio, I suppose, that real immersive experience, like you're at a concert and the sound's bouncing all around the walls and stuff, and off the ceiling and everywhere. So this is a real treat for that kind of experience. Then we get the Space Truckin', which probably have to come clean. This one probably does drag out a little bit for me. It's nearly 20 minutes long. Probably probably could do without the last probably 6 or 7 minutes, I suppose. But up at that point, once again, there's another Richie Blackmore masterclass, just wailing away. So pretty incredible stuff. So definitely, this is, if you're going to listen to a live recording, this is, like, I'm not a big fan of actual live recordings, but this is just one of the best things I've ever heard. If I did get the chance to get it on Blu-ray, I definitely would. Of course, I know it's going to sound even better again. But if you don't have this on Blu-ray, and you've got Apple Music, if you subscribe to Apple Music already, and you've got a home theatre set up, then bang, go for it. You won't be disappointed. And if you don't have a home theatre set up, or speakers behind you at least, this is the one album that might get you into it, because it's definitely worthwhile upgrading just for this alone. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully do some more Dolby Atmos reviews as they come up. Hopefully more get released, and especially in these older formats with great mixers like Stephen Wilson. And we'll keep it going. Cheers. See you later.